made it back. Now after 1 year like of waiting and 30 hours of traveling, finally back to Beijing, and have a look at that. That is the view from the 10th floor here in Tongzhou, which is like the outer ring of Beijing. I think it's like the 5th or 6th ring of the city. And concerning now this video blog, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully do this every single day, but I'm not sure whether I'm gonna be able to do it, because often like we're traveling, for example, we go to a city quite in the north called Qinhuangdao. Perhaps we're gonna go to Guilin, which is basically in the south, or rather in the middle of China, and also traveling, for example, to Shanghai maybe. So really, I'm not sure what I'm gonna be up to for the next month, because I'm gonna stay here for 1 month, and afterwards I'm just gonna come back home to Germany and, well, basically start university. But here now in the weeks in China, I just want to show you like my life here, and perhaps want to give you some insights about China. And really, like right now or today is kind of like a chill day. I'm probably just gonna go down to the school, which is actually kind of like right there, and I'm gonna share a couple of things with you, probably meet some friends, and yeah, I'm just gonna take you with me. Alright, but before I leave, I just want to share one thing with you, or I just want to introduce someone to you, and this is my Chinese dog, Yinbao. I think he's sleeping right now. Yinbao, 你干嘛呢? 你睡觉吗? Yeah, he seems to be sleeping. But anyway, now I'm gonna take you down to the school, and afterwards probably gonna... Actually today my plans are probably to just, you know, walk around a little bit, relax, don't do too much, but somehow I'm excited for that. Where are we going? Lake. Actually, I should make this vlog without sound, I think. Guys, what's the best thing about China?
The sunset. 24/7 shopping.
The food.
The yoga origins from India and is popular in the world. The yoga is one of the East's most ancient strength techniques. The yoga is also the India-worthy people of former times in the view which thinks thickly, wanting with the static, stable technology condition, and from intuition aware life cognition. The secret of yoga is the theory and the practice consulting the card mutually. The statue book? What the fuck?
Show me that. 英宝，你干嘛呢？啊，吃吧，吃吧，英宝。再见，英宝。再见。So I'm currently in the old school cafeteria, and there's basically no one here because yesterday the students, they all went back to their provinces. So for example, many people went to Xinjiang. Here in this school there are many Xinjiang students. Xinjiang is like the province all the way in the west. Like the capital city is Urumqi. Perhaps some of you might have heard of it. It is basically, I think it's in the Guinness World Record book because it's like the farthest away capital city of any state or province, like from the sea. And anyway, so they all left like to that place yesterday. I think like 30% of the entire school comes from that place. And now I'm currently here in the cafeteria. There's like, again, there's no one here. It's like, it's a massive cafeteria. It goes like all the way over there and it fits like 600, 700 people. And just bought like a couple of things here from the supermarket. Actually, this is really, really good as well. It's like some kind of Chinese bread filled with something kind of like Nutella, and it tastes like really, really good. But anyway, like these boxes, they're super, super popular in China. Like these kind of noodle boxes right here. You just gotta fill some hot water and basically, yeah, it's just like some noodle soup. And these guys, like, I'm not sure whether you can see them. Probably the camera won't focus. It's fantastic, right? But these guys are like a super, super popular band here in China called TF Boys. Like perhaps, maybe, you probably never heard of them, but they're like probably, like they're as big as One Direction. And they also produce like the same kind of music. But anyway, so this kind of box is super popular. And also got this drink here, which is like imported from Japan. And this one's also quite popular here in China. But anyway, so now in a couple of minutes, actually, I'm gonna say goodbye to Medina, the girl from South Africa, because she's leaving today to South Africa. Then afterwards I'm gonna be alone for a couple of days because Johanna, the girl from Switzerland that you perhaps saw in the last vlog, we went both together to the lake. She actually goes to Xinjiang, that province, I think actually today as well. And she's gonna be there for a couple of days. In the next couple of days I'm actually gonna go and explore probably Beijing, gonna go like to this one beautiful place that I'm gonna show you actually tomorrow, perhaps even tonight if I have time, and just show you many places here in Tongzhou, many places in Beijing. And then like 6 or 7 days she's coming back, and then we're going to be traveling a little bit. Maybe we go to Shanghai. It's still not fixed, so maybe we don't go, maybe just relax. But anyway, so I just have a couple of minutes left, so I'm really gonna just head off now to basically upstairs because she's gonna be waiting there, say goodbye, and not sure what I'm gonna do next then, but for now, yeah, like that's basically, it's gonna be like a really sad moment. I hope I don't have to film myself crying, but anyway, so yeah, see you in a minute. Alright, so it's still like 45 degrees Celsius, and I'm right now literally in my favorite place to be, which is the lake behind the school, or actually it's like inside the school. The school that I go to here, 潞河中学, which is like the middle school we would refer to, but it's kind of like a high school. It has like its own lake, and it's like a massive school. It also got voted as one of the 10 most beautiful schools in China, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I think it was of the top 3. And I just want to, you know, show you the area here a little bit. So like the lake itself is massive, and over there is like a little hill, like this place over there, and they got like many park benches and stuff here. So seriously, like my school in Germany, the Insel Schaffenberg, which is like an island, is beautiful, but it cannot be compared to this place right here. So it's just, you know, the perfect place to be, kind of like the perfect learning environment. So this is like the place where we always tend to go in the evening, like right here where the park benches are. and like at night everything, you know, like all the lights are on and you can see like the big fish in the swimming in the lake, because there are actually like lights inside the lake. But I'm just gonna spend a couple of hours actually here, I think, because I gotta visit a couple of people tonight, and until then I'm just gonna, you know, hang out a little bit. It's still like 45 degrees, like everyone is literally dying over here, and just wanted to show you this. Yeah, so really that's it. I know the lighting is not too good in here, but the place is beautiful, so just have another look. So actually I just went shopping, bought a couple of things, but you might expect like at that time of the evening, like 5 or 6 o'clock, that it's getting colder. Just checked the temperature. It actually got warmer. It's now 47 degrees. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm just heading off to a bike tour. I'm gonna explore Beijing and Tongzhou a little bit, and I'm just gonna take you with me. So seriously, I have no idea actually where I'm going, so I'm just gonna, you know, go wherever I like to and explore as many places as possible. Okay, so I just locked in my bike and now I'm going like to a shop to get something to drink. Alright, I found like a very interesting place right here. I'm just, you know, next to like a little river. And just a couple of minutes ago actually, you can still see them like very far up there. Like two guys that, you know, were kind of like, okay, I'm not sure, but I think they were quite poor. Because here in the river, they were trying to, you know, catch some fish. But if you want to have a look, like, this is literally the dirtiest water I've ever seen. And people are like dumping everything over here. For example, right there, it's like all the trash that they're throwing away. So this is like one of the places in China that probably, you know, you do not see, like for example on like some kind of tourist trip or something like that. So this really is like a place that's kind of outside, behind Hutong, which is like these old villages in China. And there's still like a lot of people that go fishing somewhere in the river, but of course the river is like getting dirtier and dirtier over here because like there are many factories alongside the road. So this is really not a place you will probably ever see in a documentary, or you will not see, you know, on a tour in China. think I'm kind of lost. I know kind of where I am, but I do not know where my destination is. I'm already like riding my bike right now for like 1.5 hours, and I want to go to the river, but I just simply can't find it. Like, of course I'm not having a map. Yes, I should buy a map, and everyone who says that writes it in the comments, you're right. But I want to do it like kind of, I want to remember where it was, because I've once been there, but it's like 2 years ago. Anyway, so I'm already like riding my bike for 1.5 hours, still can't find it. I think I'm still in Beijing. Maybe I'm like a little bit outside, but I'm probably gonna find it. But well, if I'm gonna find it, then you will see it like in a couple of seconds. If not, I'm gonna be at home in a couple of seconds. But yeah, anyway, so I'm just gonna ride my bike again, and hopefully I'm gonna find it. Yeah, I found it. It's literally like 43 degrees right now, and I don't have any water. Like, I'm completely out of water, and I just left Beijing. So I'm really not sure. Like, I know where I am, but like at the same time I don't. Like, for example, there's nothing around here. I cannot buy any buy nothing at the supermarkets. I seriously need some water, because I didn't drink anything for like 3 or 4 hours, and I was outside like all the time at like 43 degrees. But anyway, I'm just gonna take you like basically down there. It's like a beautiful place down there. So yeah, see you in a second. Alright, so actually now I'm finally where I wanted to be, and this is a place right here, and actually the entire area where the first emperor of China, Huangdi, was getting all of the wood from basically the north in order to build, for example, the Forbidden City. So for everyone who's been to the Forbidden City, you know that like the entire Forbidden City is almost made of wood, and all of that wood came down exactly this river right here. So they just put it in the river, and it went downstream and basically landed here. So then at that point they got, of course, all the water, and it was also at that time quite soaken, so it's quite easy to bend it, and through that they were able like to create these beautiful shapes as in the Forbidden City. So I'm not sure whether you cared about the kind of history background of this place, but that's what it was, and I think it's quite, you know, it's quite interesting to look at it from this perspective, because right now it is rather like a tourist destination where people go and take photos, but the history behind is like very, very long, and just a beautiful like piece of history. So just want to share that with you.
Tonight, my only vice is standing by your side. So won't you love me better? I'm waiting here. I need you now. Gravity can't hold us down, so just take me there to higher ground. Save me. I'm holding on to you, my soul is
I'm at my final destination. This is the place that I want to go to, but I think there are actually even more places back there, and that's why I'm gonna go there as well. But now I'm getting like super tired and super thirsty. I didn't drink anything now for 5 hours, and it's still like 43 or 45 degrees Celsius right here in, well, actually we are not in Beijing anymore. We're a little bit outside of Beijing, and like I'm not even sure, well actually I'm sure how to get back, but it's still a little bit difficult to find the way, because like we are very far outside right now. But anyway, this is like the place I love to go back to, and like the place that inspires me. I hope you can actually understand me, because there are so many insects in the background which are making noises. And yeah, but anyway, like I hope everyone has a place that they can go back to and that inspires them. And for me, it's basically this place here.
I'm holding on to you, my soul is fading. I'm falling into blue, why don't you save me? My blood is running cold, so lift me up and give me higher ground.
So we're doing a bike tour right now, and I'm going to take you to like a lot of beautiful places, and only problem is it's super hot. Look at these construction sites. Like seriously, Tongzhou or Beijing or China in general is just one massive construction site. So maybe you remember the river from yesterday's vlog. That is right here. So we are just now on a different bridge, but this right here is a very like famous bridge. I'm not even sure what it's called, but at night like the bridge is enlightened with like a lot of beautiful lights. So have a look here. So we are now at this bridge a little bit outside of Tongzhou. This is where I want to take you. And over there are all the new buildings. Over here are a couple more new buildings. And right down here is actually the river. So maybe from yesterday's vlog, or actually the day before that, you remember the river. This is where I went like with you to this little park. And now I'm just on a different bridge, which is a little bit more far up north. And at night, like this bridge is like in many colors. It has a lot of lights up there, so that's why this bridge is pretty famous in Tongzhou. So now what I'm going to do with you is I'm just going to go like down here. Alright, so I'm now a little bit under the bridge. I'm just going to go with you, I think, like this way over here. It just goes to another park if I'm not mistaken. I've never been this way, but I think I've seen it on a map. But anyway, so this is the place that I want to take you. I think it's quite a beautiful place. And right here is like this little, no, I don't want to call it pier, it's like a little platform where you can go on. Actually you can feed the fish and stuff. That's also where sometimes like boats are, but the water doesn't look that great. But anyway, so this is the place I want to take you. It's still super hot, it's like 43 degrees out here. And over there is a little stadium where there's like, sometimes there's like sport events, sometimes like theater, playing stuff. But anyway, so it's a beautiful place, and actually, you know, I'm thinking about someday, hopefully, buying an apartment over here, because this is like seriously one of the prettiest places I think in Beijing, and it's right next to the water, and the parks here are beautiful, especially like this place over here, and that's why I just wanted to show you that. But anyway, so now let's go down this way. But oh, that's quite funny over there. There are some people looking at me. I'm turning around slowly so they don't recognize me. Anyway, but there are like many people sitting under the bridge because it's like the only kind of cool place around here, because again it's super hot, 40 degrees, 43 degrees or something like that. So you can see the Chinese people, like entire families, often sitting on like the bridge having a picnic or something like that. But anyway, now I will not go there. I'll just go down this way in order to show you a couple more places. So alright, I just wanted to talk with you about something that I believe is kind of important. Now, when I went to China the first time, that was 2 years ago, I felt like a lot of pressure went off my shoulders. And I think I experienced that kind of feeling because there was seriously a lot of pressure before that. Before that, basically, school was quite difficult. I also built my company at the same time. I participated in like a lot of science competitions. So it was quite a lot of work. And when I came here, the pressure that went off my shoulders was not that kind of pressure, it was kind of like a different kind of pressure. Now, I think, especially in the Western world, we are under some kind of artificial pressure, meaning that we are pressured in a certain way, for example, to look a certain way, to behave a certain way. And here in China, as a person that enters a completely new system, I have the feeling that this is not the case here in China. In China, you of course need to work hard, you need to study hard, but people are more normal. Like, people don't really, try to take someone else's personality as we in the West tend to do, because we are very much influenced, for example, by pop culture. And this is something that I encountered and that I experienced, and that I thought was quite negative. So to change your personality or to just try to act a certain way. So people in the West, something's wrong with them. And I know this might sound a little bit weird, but like when you leave the system, when you leave that place, and you come to such a place as China, which is much more, a little bit not backwards, but socially a little bit backwards, but in a kind of positive sense, then you have a very objective view on what is happening in the West. And for me personally, there is no better place to be than right here. This is such a beautiful moment, I just want to capture it. I'm somewhere nowhere, and someone is playing the flute, and I have no idea where this person is. I'm not sure whether you can hear that, because the insects are quite loud. But there's someone that's playing the flute. Beautiful. Plain beautiful. Ooh, I found him. Wow. He's right there. So yeah, I just decided to head back home. It's getting super hot again, and I'm probably gonna check out a couple more places, but for now I'm just gonna go home, rest a little bit, and then perhaps start again. Ja. Hey. Okay, so today is the big day and I'm going to Tiananmen, but not with a bus or not with, you know, subway or something. I'm going to take my bike for 20 kilometers. I'm currently in my old school here in Tongzhou and I'm going to start right now. It probably will take me like 1.5 hours to get there, or maybe even a little bit more. Then I'm gonna go around the city center and then come back. I think I'm halfway there. So now after 2 hours of riding my bike, I'm finally here. I'm right now basically very close to the main square. Over there is Tiantan, and of course right behind it is then the Forbidden City. So the entire place right here is basically all for the government, which is but also now kind of moving to Tongzhou, so the area which I'm living in right now. But just want to give you the view around here. So I just finished 60 kilometers, I still have 20 more to go. So I'm just now heading back home. Super tired, but see you in a second. Okay, so I'm completely fucking lost. Just like, I went down the same road, kind of. But it seems like the road didn't get me back home, so I went back to the city center right now. And I have no idea how to get back, so it's gonna be quite difficult now. Anyway. So I'm just going to try that out, and perhaps it works, perhaps it doesn't work. Immanuel. 뭐 힘을 붙여라. So today is kind of like a chill day. because it's quite rainy outside. So when you look outside, it's already been raining now for a couple of hours. I think it's not gonna stop. You can also see like very far in the background that we have a lot of smog today. So you cannot really do too many things outside today. So I'm just gonna stay inside, do a couple of things. But this evening we're gonna head off to Qinhuangdao, which is a city up in the north. And I've been there now already 4 times, visiting family, my Chinese family. And now I'm going back there for the 5th time. So actually I'm really excited for that, but I'm a little bit afraid of the roads because they can get kind of slippery, especially when it rains all the time. And yeah, we're gonna head off in maybe like 2 to 3 hours. And then first of all, go to the airport, pick up my host father, who was for, I think, teacher's practice in Xinjiang, which is a province all the way in the west of China. And then we're just gonna head out to Qinhuangdao. It will probably take us like 5 or 6 hours to get there, depending on the traffic. And I'm gonna film most of the things, but for now, I'm just gonna, you know, relax a little bit and get ready for the trip. All right, I just finished the dishes and now I'm going outside with this little guy. So, all right, let's go, Yimbao. Ready? Hey, Yimbao, 去吧。Hey, Ahwang, you come on. That's Ahwang. He's like the street dog, like kind of the little district right here. Yimbao, 你干嘛呢，Yimbao？Oh, I forgot my key, so I asked the guard whether he has a key. Alright, we made it back. 来吧。好。好，来银宝，来，银宝，来。I think you're a little bit wet. 你干嘛呢，元宝？你吃什么，元宝？哎，给我一把。啊，元宝，哎，那，元宝，元宝，哎，元宝，给我，哎，元宝。元宝，给我，元宝，哎，元宝，你，啊，元宝。Now the bags are packed and we are heading off finally to Qinhuangdao.
是白马，这是公的还是母的呢？公的。啊。跑圈儿呢，可是撞的。拿这个。撞的。拿这个。回来，我骑车，快回来。不拿了，你把三条腿杀了，不给我下水了。别让他扑的，他热，好脏。去游泳去，来，元宝。 吧，我们去趟。沟里头，这手拿着，这里头。
光脚过来拿过来就完了呗。
把拖鞋拎着，
鞋拎着。
这还抓这么多螃蟹。
不要那边儿，不要不要，我不爱。小鱼哪呢？
啊？
来，我帮你远一点。远一点。
很棒的。
那个202学长，
张主任说过两天再出马去。
对呀。
啊。
不了。
以前我老分就谁张主任谁留下。
太凉，怎么样？棒棒的。
这么棒，就是他呀。
这还比较瘦。
Okay, thank you.
谢谢啊，再吧。 硬保护。硬保。硬保，你干嘛？你要多多吃吗？这是什么硬保？硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保保，硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保，哦哦，硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保，啊，硬保，来喽，硬保，硬保，哎。哎，硬保，硬保，哦哦，硬保，硬保，硬保，硬保，干嘛硬保？